I hope you enjoyed last week's lesson and that you had lots of fun doing the activities. And now we're going to get started on our second lesson. So we're going to do a quick little warm-up. So what I want you to do is I want you to answer yes. You can go like this or no if you think it's wrong. So we're going to work on our rhyming skills. So for example, if I say dog, log, does that rhyme? Yes. If you think it doesn't rhyme, go no. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few words and you're just going to say yes or no if the pair of words rhyme. Okay, let's get started. Cat, bat. Log, fog. Pan, mug. Tap, pat. Hug, leg. Sit, but. Bed, sun. Okay, good job. Now I'm going to give you a word and I want you to think of a rhyming word for this. Frog. Sun. Hand. Okay, so that was just a little warm-up just to work a bit on our rhyming skills. And remember, for rhyming, it's all about hearing if the middle sound and the end sound the same. So you always want to check if those two sound the same. Sometimes it may look a little bit different if you see the words on a piece of paper, but if you listen and it has the same sounds in the middle and the end, then it is a rhyming pair. So you can do a lot of those little activities to warm up. Okay, so last week we worked on 3-letter sounds. So let's quickly do a revision. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to do another 3 letters today. And the first letter sound we're going to look at, and our letter we're going to work on, and even the formation of that letter, is the letter P. And the sound is P. So I'm going to go first. My turn, your turn. So my turn, P. Your turn. My turn, P. Your turn. My turn, P. Your turn. Okay, now let's quickly think of some words that start with a P. And you can even look around your room where you're at. You can see if there's any objects that you see that could start with the letter sound P. So let's think of some words. And you can even write them down on a piece of paper, on a whiteboard. You can even take a picture of the words that you think of. Let's think of a few together. So I can think of pizza, pie, pig, pan. Can you think of some? And you can just write those down or you can just say them. Okay, now let's quickly do our next one. Okay, ready? The letter sound is, well, the letter name is I, but the sound is the letter So my turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. Okay, now you're going to think of some words that start with this letter sound. Maybe we could think of igloo, ink. Can you think of some? And then the last letter for today is our letter N, and the sound is Okay, My turn. Your turn. My turn. You can even see the way the N formation is. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. Okay, and we can think of some words that start with the N letter sound. So we could say net, nest. Okay, can you think of some? Okay, and then let's quickly look at them again, and then we're going to look at the formation of these letters. So let's quickly say the sounds together. We say P, go, and N. Okay, now let's quickly look at the way we form these letters. So we're going to focus on the letter quickly. So when we do the letter, how do we do it? Okay, always start at the top, never at the bottom. So we could say go down the pirate's plat, up the pirate's plat, round the pirate's face. Okay, can you see which way it's facing? Okay, we can go again. Down the pirate's plat, up the pirate's plat, round the pirate's face. Okay, so that is the way we form our letter P. Down, up, round. Down, up, round. And you can do this with me as we go along. If you've got your whiteboard and a marker, you can do it as I say it. You can even do it in the air. Down the pirate's plat, up the pirate's plat. And then we go round the pirate's face. Okay. So we really got to focus on the letter P and make sure that it's always facing the right side. Always facing that side. Okay, now we're going to look at our next letter formation with our letter I and the letter sound. Again, we always want to start at the top. Down the insect, dot for its face. Down the insect and a dot for its face. And remember, we always start at the top, never at the bottom. You never go bottom up. Okay. And then the last one we were focusing on is our letter N. And what we can say, again, where do we start? Do we start at the bottom? No, always at the top. So we go down the net, up the net, over the net. And again, you can do this with me. Down the net, up the net, over the net. Okay. And the net has a little bit of a stick poking. We never want to have a long one, a long stick, otherwise it could be the letter H, and we don't want that. Okay, and then those are our letter formations. Then from your activity, it's the same thing like last week. You will be doing your formation for me. You will be doing it on this piece of paper. And I would like you to form your letters correctly for me. And remember, I want to see finger spaces in between each letter. So you'll do your finger space. So if you can just do that for me, then you will have one of these activities also, just like what you did last week for me. You will also do this one for me, which you will identify the picture, and then you can find out which letter it starts with. And again, you can form the letters correctly, and you can write it in the blocks. And then the third activity to focus on our formation and letter identification is this activity. Again, we're going to identify all the letter sounds and the letter P. You're going to write the lowercase letter for me. You're going to write the uppercase letter for me. And then you're going to think of words that start with the letter sound. And you can write them, and don't forget about your finger spaces. And circle the pictures that start with it. Okay, so those are your activities. You will get the letter P, you'll get the letter I, and the letter N today. Okay, so those are your letter formation activities. Then the next thing we're going to do is you will also get another activity, which you will build some words for me. So you'll get this activity, and it's all the letters that we've done so far, the S-A-T-I-P-N. So all those 6 letters, you are going to build the words by looking at the pictures. So for example, this little girl, she's patting her dog. So we say pat. So you're going to go like this. You're going to point in the boxes for the letter sounds. You're going to go pat, pat, and then you're going to write it for me. But remember to say the sound and then blend. Okay, and that's your next activity that you can do for me. Okay, now we're going to look at some words, our high frequency words for today. So we are going to focus on, let me quickly get them for you. And these are the words that have the letters that we've done so far. So last week we did a few. This week we're going to focus on a few more. So we've got in, okay, is. Now again, it sounds like a z, but it's an s. So that is a real hard word because the s is making a z sound. So we want to remember that it's an S and not a Z when we write is. So sometimes you can put a little heart above the S to help us remember that. So we could do it like this. A little heart above, just so that you remember that that is a special sound. Okay, so all the words, so let's quickly go through it. We've got an, it, in, is, at, I, and you can practice those words as well. And then you're going to get this, just some words to read for me in your pack. So you can, for example, we can start with this one. You will go nip. Then we can move tan. Pan. And you can just do it like that for me and blend. And then you can, once you've gotten it, you can read it as quick as you can for fluency. You could even time yourself if you want. You could see how fast you could read these words in 1 minute even. You could go nip, tan, pan, put, and you can do it as quickly as you can once you have learned the words, and you can even learn to write them. And then our last activity, which I want to try share with you, is a book. You will be getting, let me try and quickly share it. You will be getting this book. And it is called Sant the Ant. And I want you to read Sant the Ant with your mum or dad or anybody at home that's going to help you. You're going to read this book. And it looks like that, Sant the Ant. Okay, and that is the book that you're going to be reading for me. You can even record yourself reading this book and you can send it to me. That would be lovely. Okay, and then our last activity is some dictation. So if you have a white piece of paper with you or a whiteboard, I'm going to read a sentence to you and I want you to write it for me. So, and then mum or dad or whoever's at home, can carry on doing some more of these because they will be getting this piece of paper. I will maybe do 1 or 2 with you, and mum, dad, or whoever's at home can do the rest with you. Okay, so are you ready? I want you to have a whiteboard, or I want you to have a piece of paper, a pencil with you, and I'm going to say the sentence. Are you ready? Okay, so you're ready with your pencil. Always remember to start at the margin, the right place, and the sentence is: Pat is at the tap. So I'm going to read it again, and we can actually even read it together. Pat is at the tap. And we can even say how many words there are. Pat is at the tap. So you'll have 5 words. Okay, and write. And what you can do is you can pause the video here, write your sentence, because I'm going to quickly give you the answer now. Okay, when you've finished, I want you to look at this part of the video. I want you to see if you started with a capital letter. If you did, give yourself a tick above the letter. If you started with a capital, have you left finger spaces in between all the words? And then I want you to give yourself a tick if you remembered your full stop. And have you spelt the words correctly? Oh, and there's a heart word. Is. Did you use an S or a Z? Okay, so Pat is at the tap. Okay, and you've got some more dictation to do at home. Mum or dad or whoever is at home can read them to you, and you can do the same activity that I just did with you. I can't wait to see all your activities and just to see all that you're doing and to see how you've been enjoying your activities. And I hope that you have learned something today, and I can't wait to see your work soon. Bye-bye. See you soon.